So this is going to be a really quick video, and I didn't even plan on making it, but I want to just follow up on what just happened on the market, okay? So if we pull up the charts here, first of all, the PO3 idea that we had, target is finally acquired. My last few videos, I've been maintaining my bearish bias. I've been saying that this 90K wick is more probable than not to go, just simply because of that PO3. I was swing short from 107K. I've been very, very vocal about all of this stuff. And now this low has gone. Okay, so the low's gone. And that being said, now is it possible to pump to eternity? Yes, it is. Because realistically, looking back in October of last year, I guess last year now, when we had this shitty looking squeezing range, we never came back to it. And I've been saying that we don't need to come back to this. I do have a tendency of obsessing over liquidity, and it is very possible that we still do come down to these levels. Absolutely, which we're going to explore here in this video. But for now, we definitely, I'm satisfied, okay? I've taken decent profits on the shorts. Today was my second time ever getting a 5-digit trade. So if you want to see how I got into these shorts and how I, really sniped it and how we did it in the Nexus, comment down below and let me know. And perhaps my next video, I will go over how I actually made 5 figures on today, really overnight. So let me know if you want to see that. But I want to talk about the scenarios now, okay? Based on my structure rules, when you get an SFP, as we just have right now, you confirm that SFP by getting a lower time frame market structure flip, okay? Ideally, we come above 96K, we break above that. When we get some form of pullback on like 15-minute structure or so, 1 hour, this is where you can long it up to potentially all-time high, okay? At that point, all-time high makes sense. There are theories as to whether or not the bull market is done. I'm not here to make predictions on that. I have no idea. I'm not even going to pretend to know. And so I don't really care, right? It doesn't really matter to me. But I want to follow up on, so my last video was USDT, not last, or maybe a couple videos ago, was USDT dominance being bullish, okay? Now, USDT dominance clearly is bullish. It's up 3% on the day. We had a little bit of a pullback just now, which I didn't even know that we got that. But we had a little bit of a pullback. And really, so long as USDT dominance does not lose 4.19% and close, it must close below here, then I remain bullish on USDT dominance, okay? And so with that being said, I wanted to follow up on that Fractal video I posted, okay? So if you haven't seen that video, somewhere, hold on, let me change my camera. Ooh, there we go. Somewhere here, maybe, I'll put the link because you're going to need to know that video for this video. So go watch that and then come back here, or finish this one and then come back. But we talked about this Fractal, okay? And I got a lot of hate for talking about how, hey, when I swing shorted 107K, as we've talked about a few times, I couldn't help but realize the resemblance between between March of 2021, May of 2021, April, whatever, the first high, okay? I couldn't help but realize the similarities. I called out the PO3. I said it's bearish. I said we're very likely going to touch 90K. Now that we've touched that 90K, I'm a little bit more 50-50. I can't be as bearish as I once was. But I just want to follow up on the Fractal, okay? Now, I just want to be very, very clear when I say this. I do not trade fractals, okay? I do not trade fractals typically. Well, not typically. I never trade fractals, but I do think somewhat it is important to understand the fractals and understand that the market is fractal, right? Like things will typically repeat. And so I want to go over the fractal itself and what I just noticed on the Fractal, okay? Here's where we are on the Fractal right now. This dump is potentially way later. Again, I don't trade fractals. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I just gave you my base case for if things are going to be bullish, okay? But it's if, and it's not a for sure because I have no idea. And in my opinion, this is where we are right now in regards to this Fractal. We are right here, okay? And I want to go over it. Why are we here? First of all, fractals are never going to be one-to-one, so I'm not going to try to pretend to make it fit, but let's keep things very simple because so far, a lot of it's already played out. We have tap 1, we have tap 2, we have tap 3, we have tap 1, we have tap 2, we have tap 3. Tap 3 was a PO3, as I indicated in that video. Tap 3 was a PO3, as I've indicated. I think I talked about it in that video, okay? Then we broke down, okay? Now, the low that we had to that range was, let me see, actually, I think I got to go back and just cross-reference so I can go. I had it here a moment ago, but where's my 2020? I'm not even close to being on the right time frame. Okay, right over here. Right over here. Okay, this is where I think we are. Basically right potentially here. Okay, here's my worry with the Fractal. This is my worry. Right here is where we indicated, okay? Here was the low. Here was the low. Now, in the fractal, remember, things are not going to be one-to-one ever. They're never going to be. I'm not going to pretend to make it fit, okay? But we're going to try our best. Very clearly, there's parts that are non-negotiable. Like this drop is this drop, okay? We had the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This drop is that drop. Maybe this will be better if we make it in white. Let's change it to white, okay? Ooh, it's almost blinding, okay? I didn't mean to flashbang you guys. I'm sorry, okay? It's kind of better, kind of not. Looks shitty, but whatever, okay? So we have our 1, 2, 3. We have our 1, 2, 3. Great, right? This leg is this leg. Now, this is my concern. Here's the concern, right? Here's where we identified. Let's put a nice X. X marks the spot. I think this is where we are, right here, okay? Here's my concern with the fractal. You SFP the lows, you take good liquidity, decent liquidity, you SFP the lows, you come up a little bit, and then you fall down again. Okay? This is my worry. This is my concern right now with the market. If USDT continues to be bullish, as I just indicated in the video, my base case as to how and when it will remain bullish. If it remains bullish, then I think that this wick might happen again. And this wick just happened right now. So we've already established where we are. We've already lined it up to the best that we can. Okay. This wick right here swept the lows, but it didn't do anything. It SFP'd, but it didn't really flip any structure, any decent structure bullishly. Remember, my condition, the way that I trade, is I need to see some decent time frame structure flips, which in this case would be all the way up at 95K. So am I saying that we're coming back to 95K? We very well may. Right? There are ways to scalp it, and I'm looking for longs. Don't think I'm not looking for longs. Like I said, I'm more 50-50 now, whereas before I was just like, basically, you know, this low is going to go. It's very, very probable to go. The problem is now this wick. And so this wick that we're getting right now that we just got could be your weekly low or your daily low or your monthly low or your pre-inauguration low, right? I'm definitely not saying that it's not. We are, after all, in a macro range, and we're at the lows of the range, so you should be looking for longs 100%. However, if the fractal is going to continue in the way that it continued before, I just wanted to bring it to your attention, right? This SFP that we got right here, right here. That SFP didn't actually really amount to much, okay? It didn't really amount to much. And then we just continue to roll over. So I think paying attention to USDT is very, very important right now. And I also want to just add one more thing that I literally just saw right now as I was talking. After we had this drop, okay, I know I'm flipping back and forth. I'm very, very sorry. Please go back and rewatch it if you need to. This drop is this drop, okay? Here you had 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows, and then 4 lows was your final wick. And right now, what do we have? We have, remember, nothing's ever going to be one-to-one, but we have 1 low. Wait, where was the final wick? Yeah, you have 1 low. This wasn't actually a new low because this never swept out that low. So you have 1 low, you have 2 low, you have 3 lows, and then now you have 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one was a little bit more spread out. 1, 2, 3, and then now potentially 4, okay? So once again, I wasn't planning on making this video. It's not supposed to be a very long video. It's not me being bullish. It's not me being bearish. It's me saying, for me, in my rules, this SFP doesn't mean we're going back to all-time high, although it's very, very possible that we do. Doesn't mean we're going to all-time high. And I'm at least aware that we could roll over, okay? A lot of people right now are longing. A lot of people are putting their stop loss below here. You know, I told the Nexus I'm waiting for something better. There's no way I'm longing with a $3,000 stop loss. There's 0% chance that I'm doing that. So I'm keeping them up to date. But yeah, I think it's very important to be paying attention to the USDT level that we just talked about in this video. And I think it's very important to be aware that this SFP doesn't necessarily equate to going necessarily much higher, okay? There are significant time frame divergences going on right now. And although we SFP'd, we cannot deny that there is reason, and a good reason at that, to go lower. Guys, if you like the content, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you want to join the Nexus, the link is in the description down below. We had, like I said, our second 10-digit trade. Oh my goodness, imagine a 10-digit trade. We had our second 5-digit trade ever, and that happened just 3 weeks after the first one. So the proof is in the pudding. The work is there. We're putting in the work, baby. If you like the content, like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.